Joy Warriors. So what does it really mean to know yourself? There's a sense of inner knowing that I think we all have. And what I want to talk about is finding that way to attune that into your intuition, that sense of knowingness, finding that voice in those dire moments, and then using it for your advantage, not for it to take advantage of you. So, we've all been in these interesting situations where we have this feeling to lock our car, but we don't. We're like, oh, I'm just going to be in there for a minute, and then we come out and our car's been broken into, and we're like, oh, I knew it. I knew I should have locked my car. That is actually the perfect ingredient of how to figure out where your intuition was telling you things. And so what I did is I created this sort of, little science experiment for myself. So I was so good at not listening to my intuition, I had plenty of ways to look at things of how to gather this data for myself. So let's take that kind of scenario. So what I would do is look at, okay, when did I first feel the feeling in my body of that I should have locked the car? When was the next day? Did I feel it in my hip? Did I feel it in my gut? Did I feel it in my chest? Did I feel it? Was there something going on in my head? And I start to really think about the sensations in my body and then the feelings in my body. And so really making it this total experience. And then I would look at what did I feel during? Did I have any sensations while it would have been happening? And did I have any sensations after? And start really taking some almost like a scientist data points of that. What I started to do is once I'd done enough of these situations with either dating people I knew I shouldn't have dated, leaving my car in places I shouldn't have left it, doing all the things that my intuition was screaming at me, I started to notice that my intuitive voice has this very certain feeling to it, and it lands in a certain place in my body. Now, for each of it, it's going to be different, so you have to figure out what that is for you. When things are up here for me, that's my analytical mind trying to come up with a solution that's usually not right. What my wisdom is this sort of place, or in my body it comes and it's just almost like a combination of the analytical data facts, and then it's also this emotional body almost of knowingness. And it almost sits a little bit between here for me, and it's a sensation in my body. Now this, again, took quite a bit of research and time for me to figure out and listen to that. Now I'm at a place in my life where if I have that feeling, I do it no matter what. Even as I say that, I get chills. And that's how I started One Mama, and that's how I started so many of my business. All my businesses are all intuitive knowing feelings that made no sense. Because if you've read my book or if you know anything about my life, most of the things don't really fit my personality, but something in my intuition told me I needed to do it. And so I did it. I finally started just doing it, even though it made no sense, or it would seem wrong, or it seemed like it wasn't the right thing to do. But my knowingness knew. And then I would take action on that knowingness. And that is how you really listen to your voice. And when you can start, the more you listen to it, the louder that voice gets, and the more it reverberates through your whole body. And that, I believe, is what real wisdom is that combination of using all your body, your mind, your spirit, that oneness with life, and you're using that to wisdom to be action. And that's why when you talk to really amazing people who are doing, whether it's business or spiritual work or athletics, they have this ability to sort of cut through everything, and they're utilizing all of those senses, and they're using their intuition of how they made some little adjustment based on their intuition that took them to the next level that other people couldn't do. So find that inside yourselves. So whatever life we want to create, the keys are really all there. It's right there in your inner knowing and telling you today in your body. So let me know where your space is for you and where do you find your inner knowing, and put that into action in your life today. Send me videos like I always like to see, and I'll talk to you soon, Joy Warriors. I can't wait to see what your wisdom is telling you to do.